¿Qué huele, raza? We're back with another episode. Y hoy tenemos un compa that's been on tours, has been around with a bunch of artists, top artists, I would say top artists, bro, because no mames a la verga, you know? So ya está recorrido.
Está en las grandes ligas.
Exactly.
No, para que sepan, ¿no?
Pero aquí tenemos a mi compa Mambo. ¿Cómo no?
What up? ¿Qué dice raza?
That's right. Para la gente, pues, que no conoce lo que hace, he's a badass coche player, but, you know, let me let you explain your beginnings, way, like, where you come from, like, ¿Qué te inspiró a agarrar la coche y de cómo empezó todo eso?
Sí, básicamente, pues, mis hermanos son músicos. My oldest brother plays bajo sexto. Then luego sigue mi carnal que toca el bajo. Luego mi otro carnal que toca la batería. Básicamente ellos tenían un grupo allá where my roots are. Yo soy de Oaxaca. Y ellos tenían un grupo allá en Oaxaca. Era básicamente versátil. Y se movieron para acá, para Estados Unidos. Hicieron un grupo pero con teclas. Y duraron como unos 5 años hasta que ya dijeron, you know what, pues quiero hacer la transición pero con botones. Y,
pero tú en ese tiempo, ¿qué tocabas? Like, nothing?
Nothing. Tenía 10 años. En ese tiempo I was 10 years old, so at 10 years old, what do you want to do, you know? I was fucking into Dragon Ball. I was like, fuck, I wanna fucking be a Super Saiyan.
As a little kid, you knew the
So I was like, fuck, a musician, fuck, you know? I'm trying to be a Super Saiyan. But yeah, when they told me, they convinced me, and I was like, alright. So they got someone to teach me, like, basically the basic stuff, like los tonos and stuff. So me enseñó los tonos. Y en ese tiempo, pues, there was no YouTube. It was in 2003. So he taught me lo que es lo básico, los tonos y lo que es las primeras, segundas y terceras. After that, se fue para atrás a sus roots, donde dedica, que es en Michoacán. Y de allí, pues, básicamente yo le tenía que agarrar de por mi lado. It's just...
Solo.
But you learned over here, right? Aprendiste acá de este lado.
Aquí de este lado, porque yo me vine de 2 años para acá. So en ese tiempo, pues, you could come with con papeles de otro niño, pues, you know, and that's what I did. Yo crucé la frontera con papeles de otro niño, pues, you know.
Yeah.
So,
hey, can you say it a little louder?
He's all good.
So yeah, pues, basically how I learned and how I got into the music was. En ese tiempo había Ritmo Latino. I don't know if you know what that is.
Ritmo Latino?
Yeah, Ritmo Latino.
Is that like...
It's a music store.
Okay.
So it doesn't exist no more. So back in the day, I would go to a Ritmo Latino, I get my headphones on, I listen to the tracks. And yeah, I would like, based off what my sister and what my brothers would like, and I would get a notebook, I would write down shit that they would like. And then I would go to Ritmo Latino, and then I would go based off the artists that they said. And if I liked it, I'll get it with me, you know? Or I'll go to a flea market or a swap meet, and I'll do the same thing. I prefer a swap meet because I could get literally anything for like back in the day, like fucking $3 or $2, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Y paquetes, not one. No,
Paquetes, yeah. So I would do that, and yeah, that's how I started.
De oído.
Yeah.
Damn, just fucking hearing it and shit. And what was your first coche?
My first coche was no. It was not a Gabanelli. It was It was a norteño. Basically, norteño is like it's in the same brand of Gabanelli, but the lower rank. So
like
to start off, it's like a starter off, you know. It was a 3-switch. I still have it. It's under repair, but yeah, I still have it right there.
So that's like, you could say like, okay, why you did it, right? Okay, like, you know, pero what inspired you? Like, what you were like, fuck it, ya la agarré. Ahora quiero hacer algo, or you were just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just learn this shit, a ver qué pedo. Or you wanted to be a musician, you wanted to go like, form your own grupo, o cómo empezó todo?
When the first year that I played with my brothers, allá en ese tiempo, San Diego it was a big thing of competition. All the San Diego, they would have like, okay, todos los grupos de San Diego would gather up, and they would do competitions of who's the best in San Diego. And pues en ese tiempo, I kid you not, there was a grupo que pues I'm still like homies with y que les mando saludos también allá que se llama Toro Pesado. And they would take it every year, you know. And this year, we were that same year we were like, you know, we were gonna try it out, you know. And I had 1 year in, bro. I had 1 year, but keep in mind, I would practice every day. And since I didn't have any like, because I was young, bro. I didn't have anything else to do. I would fucking be on practicing.
Consistent.
How old were you when
I started?
Yeah, no.
I was 10.
So you were like 11 cuando
Yeah, 11. Yeah, because 1 year in, I was already 11. So yeah, when they told me, hey, we're gonna do the competition, I was like, all right. So I got into more practicing, and we won it that year. No más que sadly, the way we were supposed to open up for Tucanes in the fair right there in Del Mar Fair. Turns out we never even got to do that, but we did win the competition, but we never got to do that shit, you know? Pero just to see that I was gonna be part of a fucking big ass stage motivated me to be like, you know what, that's what I really want. So it took me like about probably when I turned 18 to finally have the guts and courage to tell my brothers, you know what are you guys trying to do? You guys trying to do this for real? Or are you guys trying to do this as a hobby? And they basically told me, you know what? Because of our job, we're just trying to do that as a hobby.
Right.
And I was like, well, se respeta, you know? But I gathered them up in a meeting and I told them, you know what? Well, I'm going to bounce and I'm going to go pursue my dream, you know? I'm going to go to LA and see what's up. They didn't really take it so well because after that, me and my brothers and my mom and dad, we didn't spoke for probably a year and a half. So... that's what kind of the thing I always tell people, you know, or people that are growing up in the music, is that you're gonna have to make hard decisions, and that was one of my hard decisions. Is in order for me to pursue my dream was I had to basically sacrifice, and if it was meaning that I wasn't gonna talk to my family for a whole year and a half, well, fuck it, I'm gonna, you know.
Right. ¿Valió la pena o no valió la pena?
Sí, valió la pena because like now it was, you know, like. I'm recording literally everywhere, and then I'm playing in places that I didn't even think I was gonna play at, you know.
Fuck yeah.
Hablando de tocar en lugares, ¿con qué artistas te han tocado trabajar?
On the top of my head, pues Gerardo ORTIZ, El Commander, Daríez de la Sierra, Martín Castillo, Aldo Trujillo, Regulo Caro, Luis R, Lupillo Rivera, Tito WP. That's a gang, bro.
And for all those you recorded or you've played and recorded?
Some of them I recorded, and some of them they've told me, you know, hey, help me out, you know, una fecha or dos fechas or whatever, or a weekend.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Who's the one that opened his doors for you?
The one that opened the doors for me, well, when I started, it was, the first one was in LA, was the first group that I joined was Pilotos de Guamuchil. After that, I started helping out a group called Los Rodriguez, then Mario Cachorro Delgado, then Martín Castillo.
Oh,
yeah, like that.
Man, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Y luego, pues, gracias a Dios, muchos de ellos, pues, I've had the privilege to help them out when they're at their peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. What would you say is un escenario que te ha dejado impactado, like, damn, like, I can't believe I played it?
Okay.
Like one of the ones that left a mark on you.
That left a mark. For me, since I'm a Laker fan, it's siempre llegado una huella, siempre it's a Staples Center, you know. The Staples Center and the Forum have always been like something that I cherish the most all the time. Every time I step on that arena, it feels like, you know, like I accomplished it. That was one of my dreams, you know, was the Forum and the Staples Center were one of the two ones that I was like, you know what, that I gotta step on that arena.
Do you think it was more time porque you live here? It's like, damn. Or
it was that, but mostly because I'm a Laker fan, you know. As a Laker fan, that's one of the things that, you know, that I wanted to step in those arenas, you know.
What advice would you give to people that, you know, literally want to do the same, touch those arenas and shit, that, you know, a lot of youngsters that are starting off on coaches and stuff like that, you know, because I'm sure you've seen, there's a lot of fucking musicana now that are starting off with coaches, and there's a few that are sick as fuck. You give me pasados de verga, you know.
I'll keep it simple with that. I think there's a lot of badass musicians, but the thing about it that separates it from other other people is that the mentality. A lot of people have talent, but they don't have the mentality like that. Even the killer be killed, you know? Like me, I always approach things as in like, if I'm a lion and you trap me in a cage, the moment that you let me out, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go hunt, right? Regardless of who's around me, you get me? So a lot of people don't think like that, you know? And that's what probably I guess would separate me from the rest, you know?
Yeah, makes sense.
That's how I view things, you know? That's how I always view things. I view like that as in life, in music, whatever.
And it wasn't from like one day to another neither, right? It was like hard work as fuck. Like you said earlier, being consistent and like you literally, I'm sure you grab the cochi every fucking day till you learn every fucking escalas and all this shit, right?
Yeah, basically from when I was 10 all the way to when I was 20, because I basically didn't have no social life. Well, I chose not to have a social life because I felt like it was gonna be a distraction. And
distracting to your goal?
To myself. I felt like if I were to go like from 10 to when I was 20, like when I was 18 to 19 and 20, you know, people usually like to go party. Me, I didn't even go to prom. I didn't go into any of that because I was like, you know what? I was like, fuck you, you know, I'm gonna miss prom, you know. For me, I was like, you know, I gotta stay dedicated in my craft, and everything else will come later, you know.
No, that's crazy, brother. You literally stay dedicated to that shit because some people don't stay dedicated to it. They're like, they don't see a progress. You feel me? And they're like, a la verga, mejor lo dejo, you know.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever taken a break from music?
Well, basically, you know that how gap that when I was like a year and a half that I was not talking to my family. Well, not that I took a break. So, you know, I had to because I went to rehab and all that shit. I went into depression and all that shit. Y pues basically me fui malos pasos, you know.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Like malos pasos, like what?
So basically, not having my family around affected me a lot because I was like, fuck, I don't have their support. So I was playing music, but at the same time, I was fucking drugging myself out, you know. I was just, anything I could hand my hands on, I would fucking do it. And to the point where I was like feeling like I was gonna black out, you know. And it happened too much to a point where, one thing led to another, and then my family found out. They offered help, and I went to TJ, and I went to TJ for a whole year. So in TJ, I've never been to prison, but I can almost, for a fact, tell you that the people that I've talked to that have been to prison, it's way worse what I was dealing with than because at least they had rec room. They would see other people, and me, the only person I saw was just like literally a nurse. They would take my meds. They would fucking put another, what do you call that little
IV, right?
IV, yeah. They put IV, but change the IV, put another one, check my vitals. I would watch TV, eat food, go to the bathroom, and sleep, and do the same thing all over again. And I was trapped in a room for a whole year, so I didn't see sunlight until after I was out, you know.
It's crazy.
So, but I will tell you this, that alone, I feel like made me stronger, so I can basically be by myself if I wanted to. You get me?
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, that's fucking hard because a lot of people need other people to literally, you can say survive, literally survive, bro, to do this shit. But the lone wolves are, I always respected them, bro, because that's hard to fucking do for sure, bro. The lone wolves, fuck that shit.
Yeah, and right now, now I have my kids and I have my wife, you know, that kids, they show me support, and I wouldn't have, like if I go through anything, I know they support me in anything that I.
Like you were saying earlier, bro. Now you have your like responsibilities. Now somebody that it falls on, you know, not only you. You feel me? So
yeah, that's what I was telling you that when I was going through all that bullshit, up until when I was like 24, 25, is when I met my wife, and I got married. So the whole perspective changed. Like everything from just little things. I would see everything in a whole different perspective. Like, okay, if I do this is what's gonna happen, you know.
Yeah, no más eres tú. You gotta think about like consequences with this.
Yeah, and I always thank my wife because she did change me a lot. You know, I changed in a better. Like antes, Antes era bien rencoroso, güey. Like, if someone played me dirty, I would want to wish bad upon them, you know? And now when I met my wife, she would be like, hey, you shouldn't be like that. Let God, like, decide what he wants to do with him, you know?
Right.
You shouldn't have, you shouldn't have to hold a grudge against someone.
Yeah.
You leave it in God's hands, and He'll know what to do with him, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how I live now, you know?
Hell yeah, it's better to be
Como
like that,
dijiste al
bro.
principio, go before the podcast, that like, you know, si va a pasar, leave it in God's hands.
Yeah, that's what I tell you. Now
Yeah.
I'm really like stressed over things, you know, like God is gonna, I know God is gonna.
I just think it falls back on us just being men, bro. I feel like we could pop off very easily, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like for us it's really hard for us to like to talk about shit like that. So whenever like we snap, we fucking snap, you know.
Yeah.
Cause like we keep a lot of shit in, you know, cause we're men. It's what the fuck we're fucking programmed to do, pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that a lot of men like think that because they cry or something like that, they're
Makes you weak, basically.
yeah, makes them weak, and it's not. It's sometimes you do need a vent, you know.
Yeah.
You just need to vent to the right people, because I know, I'm pretty sure it's la tocados todos where they vent to the wrong people and they're like, you're a bitch or shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not like that, because everyone goes through shit. Everyone goes through shit. So you just gotta vent to the right people. You can vent by yourself too, you know. And it doesn't make you a weaker person, you know.
I'm gonna spark it meanwhile you guys think about this, but is it healthy to be your own therapist, you could say, right? You know what I mean by that?
Oh shit.
Is it healthy to be your own therapist?
Do we answer it or after?
Think about it, or you can answer it right now if you have the answer already.
Not sparking, and then we'll answer it.
Is it healthy to be your own therapist?
Damn, that's a good one.
Well,
Why yes and why no?
okay.
To a certain extent.
Okay, explain yourself. What do you mean?
Alright, I think
I could give you my bullshit answer first.
Alright, go
Why
first.
bullshit answer? I want the real answer.
It's cause sometimes when I need therapy from a real nigga, I just start talking to myself. Bro.
Hey, that's not bullshit.
Nah, but that's a really fucking good question, because I could like answer your question with another fucking question. It's like yo te puedo dar un buen consejo, güey,
Pero no te lo vas a tomar.
pero yo simplemente no lo puedo seguir o no me lo tomo, you know.
I think muchos somos así.
Sometimes, a veces, pues the answer is right in your face and you don't even know about it because you're just overthinking shit, you know?
Right, so
Yeah.
That's deep.
what do you think?
Yo digo que I think to a certain extent, because but tú solo te vas a decir lo que tú quieres escuchar. Maybe yeah, to a certain extent, yes, you're gonna tell what the fuck you actually, you know, at the back of the head, you know what the fuck, you know,
Yes.
that you're supposed to know.
Right.
Nobody knows you like you know you.
Yeah, pero at the same time, you're gonna follow what you're gonna follow. So how are you gonna be your own therapist in a way, you know, like
What I believe, why yes, why is it you can say healthy is because you can be like literally completely honest with yourself, right? Without having this was gonna judge me, or
You're not sugarcoating shit.
Yeah, you're just straight up. But it's not healthy. That's the only good side about it. And it's not healthy food because you're not hearing, even if you haven't went through the same shit, just somebody else's perspective. You're not stuck in your own bubble, your own fucking perspective. You know, your own bullshit. And that's it. Even though they're bullshitting, it's like okay, that's their shit. But then it makes you think more of it. Okay, it's not only that. You feel me? It opens up the door to more shit.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
I think it's both. I don't think it's healthy, and I think it's healthy. But I think it's more unhealthy, bro, because you need
I can't right now, bro.
that's the way.
because you can't like if you're your own nigga. If you take your own advice, fuck that, bro.
I think
You're gonna be stuck in the same place, bro.
I think you could.
Smell it, though. Blow it right here, I want to smell it. I can't blaze, but let me smell it.
with the hot box.
That's just some boot.
Hey, we're bringing back the smoke sessions. So
Yeah.
you know, I
Early
can
I brought the smoke session when I stopped, bro.
Shit.
40 days, then don't get it twisted. Just 40 days. I'm not stopping for like the
He said
forever.
we're gonna do an episode of just smoking.
We're gonna do another episode. When the fuck I'm gonna start blazing again?
hell yeah, bro.
Yeah. we got to, we got
and we're
to.
gonna name it "Can You Catch Up with Mambo?"
Yeah, está cabrón. But that's crazy, right? To, like to think about that shit, bro.
I think going back to your question, dude, like, fuck, it's a trip. It's a fucking trip because, like you said, like we could be raw with ourselves, bro. And at the end of the day, if you talk to someone or if you go to a therapist, at some point of the conversation, they're gonna try to make you feel a little bit better. They'll be like, no, but it's because this and that, or maybe you were feeling some type of way.
Yeah.
And it's like, not like when you're talking to yourself, it's like, not like, si ando valiendo verga, ando valiendo verga.
Yeah.
It is what it is, you know?
But that's the problem. Porque si andas valiendo verga, you're gonna be like, oh, ando valiendo verga. And it's like, but it's just like, okay, then it falls up to you to do something about it, and you're just like, whatever, a la verga.
But it's the same shit. You go to a fucking therapist and they could be like, okay, go do this, and you don't fucking do
shit about it.
So
Yeah.
It really depends on you at the end of the day, bro.
So it falls on you.
It falls back on you, bro. It's you gotta want it.
Falls on the person and the type of person
You gotta fucking.
Like the thing about the therapy, there's a lot of people that go to therapy and they fucking end up even worse, bro.
That's true. I've heard that about a lot of people. That shit doesn't even help. But it's just like, it depends on what you go. Because some people go to therapy for no fucking reason, bro.
Yeah.
Literally.
I went to therapy, bro, for like a month, and man, it was a fucking ride, bro.
Nah, but talking about ride and your tours and everything, you feel me? Let's go back to that. What's the craziest event you've been at? Like you've been like, damn, like this motherfucking event is memorable. I'm gonna always remember this shit till the day I die.
And we're not because it was the Lakers, but
Not because of the Lakers. Porque la neta, tú has pisado un chingo de ¿cómo se dice? Escenarios, right?
Escenarios, man.
And I'm sure you toured around the US, US and Mexico también, or just the US?
US and Mexico, yeah.
So I'm sure you touched a bunch of fucking stages that shit. We want to touch one day too, shit.
oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Tan siquiera Stephanie with you, no?
Damn, that's a good question, bro. Fuck. Was the Staples Center, of course, Forum, Arena Monterrey. I hit it many times with Gerardo Ortiz. ¿Cuál otro? Palenque de Culiacán. What is the other ones? Foro Sol.
Ooh, how was that one? That was that was one that surrounded, I think, no, or
it's like the stage is like this, and then it has like a little entry like this. Well, I don't know. They set it up very different all the time. And then the other one, what's the other one? There's another one in Guadalajara. Fuck, bro. I went with Luis R before there too. That was actually my first gig with him. Fuck, it's in Guadalajara, bro. How do I forget? Damn.
yo te dijera, güey, pero nunca he ido a tocar así.
There's a gang that are places that I've gone to that I'm like, they were memorable for me, but fuck, bro, right now, to top of my head.
¿Cuál ha sido
all the arenas that I've hit to in the United States too, like all the basically basketball arenas. Like all the basketball arenas también hell yeah.
Sí, like Lakers came to
like the United Center, all that shit. Fucking Madison Square Garden.
Damn, you can play it right there too.
Yeah, so all those are like, sick for me, And I like before hitting the stage, I do this and I look at like I just look at the jerseys and all that shit.
You take it in.
I take it in. Yeah.
Madison Square, bro?
I soak it all in,
Damn, bro.
Does it just go through you that like damn, not a lot of people like go through here, or like disfrutar, o sea, que la gente esté viendo.
Well, yeah, I mean before, I would always back when I was growing up right there, because I grew up in a small ass town right there in Escondido, California. I don't even know where that's at.
Yeah.
Back then, bro, no one knew where the fuck that was at. Basically, it is the hidden city.
Escondido was escondido, la verdad.
Yeah. So I would tell my homies back home, I would be like, I want to play in big stages, And in particular, back then, I would name Gerardo ORTIZ back in the day because growing up, that fool was the biggest cat, in the game.
Yeah.
And this was back in like 2010, 2011. So I would mention his name all the time. And my boys were like, bro, you're hitting too high, whatever than that. Years later, when I fucking do end up playing with him, you get those messages and be like, oh, bro, you could do it. And I'm like, bro, shut up. You didn't even believe it.
You were the first hater.
You didn't even believe in me. Yeah.
That's crazy.
¿Cuál ha sido el artista, güey, más mamón al Chile?
Mamón.
El más mamón, ¿no? El que te haya sacado de onda.
Oh, he already know.
Sí sabes.
¿El que me ha sacado de onda?
O que sea mamón, simplemente su forma de ser del vato. Que puede ser buena onda, pero puede ser mamón.
Pero ¿qué tipo de mamón? ¿Puede ser mamón bueno o mamón acá y el mamón?
Un mamón es un mamón, güey.
No, pero es que también... No, es que To be honest, bro, like, es que that question is crazy, you know, because todos los que siempre me han dicho, este güey va a ser mamón, it's cool with me.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's crazy though. Because todos los que me han dicho, hey, este va a ser bien mamón, they end up being cool with me. You get me? Like, for instance, I could say this, y el güey, ese güey no se va a agüitar. Like, Aldo Trujillo is my boy, güey. He's my boy. We chop off on the daily. He's my boy, machín. But him, he just doesn't fuck with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's okay, you know? He doesn't fuck with a lot of people. He just, you know? And some people think he's a dick. And he says it himself. Yeah, he is a dick. But he doesn't fuck with a lot of people. And that was my boy. We chop up all the time. He's cool as fuck. He's cool as fuck with my family. He knows my wife. Like, every time I tell my wife, he la saludo con respeto y todo, you know? And some people just don't fuck with him. So I don't know, like, that question is kind of crazy. Como también, como like Larry Hernandez. Larry's cool with me too, you know?
Pero mamón con otros, ¿verdad?
He's mamón con otros, pero, you know, so I don't know what to tell you, you
Yo
know?
escuché que es mamón con los ingenieros.
You know, like that fool Larry, that fool's always been cool with me. Like, I seen his bad side, but he's never been like that with me, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of artists that I've seen that are dicks, they're not really dicks with me, so nunca, like, así que digamos que, fuck, this nigga was a fucking stupid ass with me, like, nah.
No se ha pasado de verga contigo,
No.
pues. Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
¿Y tú?
Because también, a lot of the actions that they do with other musicians, I right away tell them, hey, bro, like, if we're gonna work together, you gotta not do that with me.
That shit don't go with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put your, ¿cómo se llama? Tus reglas, como dicen a la
Es que
verga.
también, like, muchos musicians, bro, like, sadly, there's a lot of musicians that either get intimidated or they don't want to put their, like, fucking, like, foot on the ground and tell them straight up, you know, I don't do this and that, or, you know, they're too scared to tell them, you know.
Simón.
And me, right away, I tell them, like, how it is, even if they don't like it, you know.
What's something you don't like about, like, músicos? Let's hear that.
What I don't like about
About
music.
músicos,
He's
yeah.
fighting something right here.
Cause, shit, you're like, que son mamones, ¿o qué vas a decir? Or you're just, you're neutral.
In general, is not that I don't like about musicians. Is something in general is just that, like, I will tell you this. Me, everyone knows how I am. I stand by one ground is just being humble, you know, because one day we're all gonna pass away. So while being on this earth, I want to leave a mark in an essence, and so I can pass down to the next generation. Y siempre lo que le he dicho a toda la juventud es de que no se pierda el respeto, you know. You could be whatever you want. You could be number one or whatever, but always, you know, be humble about it, you know. Yeah. No hagas de menos a otro musician just because you're on top. You know, that just doesn't fly with me.
Yeah, treat everybody with respect.
Treat everyone with respect, you know. And if you happen to be like cocky or anything, I just do not fuck with cocky niggas, you know.
Yeah.
And I always say this motto. I always say, si eres una verga, tú no tienes que decir que eres una verga. You know, solo, you know, people are gonna tell you, oh, eres una verga. You know, you don't have to be like, oh, soy una verga. You don't gotta be doing that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, solo te van a decir, you get me? You don't gotta be moving like that, because, you know, like, I don't know, some niggas move very funny way, you know? And I just don't fuck with people like that, you know?
That is true.
Yeah.
Do you feel everyone gets the same version of you?
No, because sometimes I've had to, like, some people came out and I was like, oh, that fool was a dick to me. And pero they say, well, what did you do? You know? If you came off as like a cocky ass nigga, well, there you go, you know? There you go. He hates that shit.
Yeah.
You know, and people that know me know that I hate cocky fools. I'll fucking literally go right past you and I'll be like, fucking bye, you know?
I don't know you.
I don't know you. Because I don't fuck with cocky niggas, you know? Yeah.
That's the sign you get to get.
That's the version you get of me if you're a cocky fool, you get me? If you think you're high in the sky, because you can be whatever you are. You can be like the most baddest nigga or the most baddest artist. But if I see you mistreating another person or haciéndole de menos, I'm not gonna wanna fuck with you.
No, you see it. You
Yeah,
know?
sea lo que sea. And frankly, a lot. There's some people or musicians that they don't even care about that. They see so and so. I want to take a picture with them, regardless of how they act.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
What would you say is something that like people misunderstand about you when they like, or that you've heard or something about you or something?
Okay. One of them is that a lot of them don't understand why I don't have an idol as a musician.
You don't have an idol as a musician?
No, because my idol is Kobe. So when I go into depth with that, I tell him it's because his mentality, bro. I got so locked in with his mentality that's why he's my idol. Basically, I'll break it down to you why he's my idol. Like, in the simplest form, because we could go hours on why he's my idol. So, like, there's been certain situations where he goes, like, I'll give you an instant. There was a time where he was battling charge, and he was going in and out of court, and he had a game. So let's say today he had a court date, and later on in like a couple hours he had a game.
Yeah.
Boom, he would drop 40 on you. So tell me how the mentality that he had.
He was locked the fuck
to
in.
lock the fuck in, you get me? And I just grasped all that, bro. So it'd be like, okay, I need to get that, and I need to see how he does that, so that whenever something does bad happen to me, and I have a gig, I'm able to lock in, and I'd be like, oh, you know what? I need to miss time. No, I don't need to miss time. So then there'll be times too where he would be injured, and he would still fucking play through injury. And me, that's how I got it too. There, I broke my pinky about like 2 years ago, and I had to play with Beto Vega, and I had a privada. And basically a day before, I told my wife, get a roll on and roll the fucking nerve and start going like this to it. And then I put like numbing cream and a bunch of shit, and that's how I played through it. And that I learned through Kobe, you know. So that's why he's my idol. And like I said before, there's some musicians that have the talent, but they don't have the mentality.
Yeah.
And I feel like the mentality is everything, bro.
Definitely.
Crazy.
So that's one of the things you said. You had another thing that people misunderstand about you.
Yeah, because a lot of people be like, how do you not? They think I'm cocky because of that, and I'm like, no, bro, it's because me. Like I see a lot of badass musicians, but they haven't really like intrigued me in the way of like that. For me, it was Kobe because I've always been a Laker fan, and I always seen how he's so locked in, bro. There been times there's a video of him one time where he's like this, literally chilling and like literally chilling, ready to check in back in. And he has like I think it's Chris Tucker. I don't know who the fuck it is next to him, just trying to talk to him. And this fool's just like this, like locked in, bro. Like he's not letting anything distract him. And that's me. When I'm gonna go into like a certain like big stage or whatever, I'm super fucking locked in, bro. Super locked in. And I always tell people, just don't take it personal, but it's just I'm super locked in right now. You know, when I get back off the stage, oh, what's up, bro? You know?
Como si nada.
Como si nada. No, I sí saludo a todos, pero ya when it's like 5 or 10 minutes before go time, oh, I'm super locked in, bro.
What is your like? Because I guess certain people have certain rituals they do before, like, you know, routines. There you go, not rituals. My bad. I said rituals. But yeah, like routines that they do. Do you have anything?
Like before we went to stage, calentamientos.
Calentamientos, yeah. Well, I get my rubber bands. I have these bands that I go like this that I've been doing now for the past 2 years. But uno es también pues you could say that before I'm gonna get my mics and everything, I could say that I just close my eyes and I just think. I've been doing that for about 2-3 years now, that I've been thanking the Lord, that hey, thank you for all the blessings you've been giving me. Now give me the strength so I could perform and give a good show. Yeah. Yeah. Like in the flight, I have a ritual that I've been doing for years since I've been flying, which is me persino 7 veces.
Antes de volar.
When it's gonna take off, me persino 7 veces, and yeah, So I've been doing that since forever. Yeah.
I don't have no rituals before flying, bro, but I should, bro, because that shit's low-key scary.
Well, now, yeah, you've seen a lot of planes crashing and shit.
Yeah. What's up with that neta, güey? No mames. Hey, Beto's gonna be like aliens.
Have you seen that shit? Damn, bro.
It's a guy.
I don't know what's up with all that shit.
That shit wasn't happening before, though, bro. Those are fucking planes de repente, güey.
Google said that Earth's going through some electromagnetic technical issues right now.
I'm a sore believer in a lot of things, and sometimes I feel like when there's a certain desmadre going on, I feel like it's distracting us from what's really going on. And I always look at it like that. I'm like, fuck. I think I shouldn't pay attention to this because
it's more to
it. I always look at it like that. I was like, fuck, they're probably distracting us from something bigger.
Maybe they don't want us traveling because they want to drop bomb on us. They want to make sure they get as many of us as possible, bro.
Shit, bro. Let's start the conspiracies. Fuck it. What do you think, güey? ¿Por qué, güey?
I heard that.
Nah. Let's hear more about the compa Mambo. Yo sí tengo una pregunta, güey. Está fuera de la música. Si Mambo no hubiese sido músico, ¿qué estuviera haciendo?
I would basically probably be in the army or some shit, because that's what literally I was gonna do. Literally, when I was 18, I had the papers for me to go to the army, and the only reason they didn't fucking accept me is because I had a fucking call for, like, I was like, oh no, you already fucking been discharged from the hospital and shit like this, you know? So they're like, no, we can't. You already been to rehab and all this bullshit, so you can't. Like, they said that they need fools that are mentally stable to be there. And I'm like, I am mentally stable, but like, oh yeah, but you already have a fucking
history of it.
Yeah, history of it, you know? So they didn't want me like, oh, I wasn't gonna be able to handle the fucking shit, you know? So that was the only reason I didn't even go to there. But it's, God knows, I don't know what the fuck I would have been. Imagine they would have accepted me in the army, and I don't think there would be no Mambo. Or they probably would, but it would be, yeah, you know.
Hey, there's musicos in the military, bro.
There is,
I see that,
there
bro.
is, but
They're all fucked, no. No, yo tengo unos compas que de actual army, they're not
Fuck, what do you mean, bro?
They're fucked up.
What the fuck? ¿Qué les hago? Damn.
Hey, you were looking at the wrong armies, my boy. Hey, Richie, those are costumes, bro. Those are not people in the military.
Yeah. He literally said that. He's like, I have fools in the army that got him pushed.
No, like, que después, let me rephrase the hijos de la No, estoy diciendo que hay mucho músico ya that has gone to the army, pero están now fucked up from the head. Que no queda normal.
No, there's a lot of people that come back.
PTSD.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's movies where the guy like basically wakes up from his sleep and he's ready on go mode, like ready to kill someone, and they stay like that. They have to literally probably go to therapy and all that shit. And I don't think they stay.
Ya no quedan normal.
And a lot of fools are serious now. Like if they even joked around, like I've seen it where I've had friends también where they come back and they're fucking serious as fuck. I'm like, what the fuck happened to this fool? But I think it's because of the stuff that they've been through and the things like they've seen.
Todo lo que ven y toda la verga.
They literally had to kill niggas, so, you know.
Or almost get killed too, nunca sabe la verga.
Sí, se traman, you know.
Hey, see, if they would draft you right now and go, you'll shoot a motherfucker in the head.
Fuck yeah!
You're like,
it's either they kill you.
Give me the drug. You kill right? Yeah. And that's true. You're going to.
You want to go back home or?
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
I literally kill or get killed.
Hey, but you don't think it back in the day, they would fucking send you without you even knowing how to shoot. Que loco, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many World Wars? There was two, right? There was two.
About to be three.
You keep saying that, bro. About to be three.
Hey, imagine in 3, all the fucking cholos in.
Hey, but what happens? Wait, what the fuck do we do? Do we go evacuation? Do we go somewhere? Or do we live our normal life?
We go to Mexico, no?
What happens when there's a war? Like,
we're gonna go fight, brother.
Yeah.
Does everyone like?
No, but think about the.
Aunque tengas papeles, ni como.
Think about we technically haven't been trained to like know what the fuck to do if a world war. Oh, I mean, if, to my knowledge, I don't know what the fuck.
Pero si te quedas a pensar, they're not gonna care if you're trained. Te van a mandar a la verga.
The only thing that I'm scared of, babe, is I hope to God that U.S. is fucking prepared just like how China and Russia is. Because I seen fucking leaked footage of those niggas literally prepared with drones and missiles and shit. And I just hope to God the USA is prepared for all that shit.
Wait, all that new weapons are crazy as fuck, bro.
Yeah, the US better be prepared for all that shit.
That's what they're saying, that if that shit happens, bro, the fucking world's gonna end, bro. Because if they fucking attack each other, bro, the shit that they have, bro, is
too advanced.
Yeah, it's too advanced, bro.
They can kill each other, fucking.
To finish it off, Mom, what is something that you want to tell people, like, que no sepan de ti, pues? Porque I'm sure there's a lot of shit that even we don't know, even by we're sitting down for a little bit, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to tell them, bro?
That I would want to tell them? Shit.
Oh.
Espérame.
Oh, it turned off?
No, just look at that one.
Just look at that one because that one turned off?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would want to tell the people that they don't know about me. Shit, bro. Well, that one that a lot of people don't know that I really like. Well, the only one people that do know me, that know about eso que tú dijiste que I want to tell the people, I like to draw. A lot of people don't know like I like to draw. Only like my kids and my wife know that I like to draw.
You say that's like your hidden talent?
That one, and I like imitating voices. The only people that know that is the people that go on tour with me. They know that I like, you know, I always like if I'm in like fucking Alabama or like fucking like some hardcore ass redneck place, I'll be like, hey, get out of my lawn. We don't fucking talk like that. Yes, you fucking do. And I fucking start going like that. And now they are not the racist. I'm the racist one.
And talking about that, have you ever got like some racist shit like out there?
Oh yeah, but I start going into character and I start doing that shit. Oh, bro, I start rubbing feathers right away, bro.
Oh, my man.
Yeah, especially when I'm in some hardcore ass redneck area, bro. So they be saying some fucking racist ass comments, and then I start going into character, and then that's when they start getting ticked off. That's when they told me that, like, we don't talk like that. Yes, you fucking do.
Well, now you guys know fucking if you need a ¿cómo se llama? Imitator for anything. Ahí está mi compa to be a redneck or lo que sea. La verga. No, do you sing too or not? Can you sing?
Well, I mean, I've never tried to.
But even in the shower or even like anywhere, like just chilling, you haven't sang?
Oh yeah, like let's say when I take my kids to school on my way back, I start fucking rapping or singing, whatever the fuck.
You like rapping?
Rapping is something that I don't know how to rap, but I could put something in a notebook and it go on a beat. Yeah, that's something that I do want on my bucket list. That I do want to do a whole rap album.
You don't compose?
Just because, just because.
You don't compose?
No, well I don't even compose like one song, but I do want to do that actually. There is actually my boy Hector Rubio and my boy Fernando, his brother Fernando Rubio también, that I've been wanting to sit down and actually like start writing shit, you know.
Hector Rubio.
Check him out.
I know, hell yeah. El deseo, yeah, hell yeah. That was a sick ass.
Y de hecho también Fernando Rubio, he's the one that composed Gervonta.
Oh, that's bad.
So I've been wanting to sit down with him and see if we could create something, you know. Because yo también, pues, you know, like there have been times where I'm in by myself and I can write a melody out of nowhere, like algo locochón. But since I don't know how to write, I don't know how to put it into fruition. So I've always talked to them and told them, hey, we should, sit down. And they said, yeah.
Yeah, siempre te salen ideas, especially with the coche. I'm sure, bro, you're always melodies a lo pendejo for sure, you know.
Yeah, sometimes I just like when my kids are at school. That's more my time where I could do something. I could go trap myself in the room, and I start listening to beats or start listening to crazy shit. You know, yeah. Like como te digo, right now, like I'm not blazing, but when I do blaze, when I do blaze, I blaze or I dab it or whatever, and then I stay in my room and I start listening to like the weirdest shit. Like I'll be listening to like I don't know reggae or fucking jazz or or like up tempo beats, or anything, salsa, merengue, anything. I can listen to anything, and I'll start going on a beat, And
you get ideas from that shit. It opens your mind to new shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's actually badass because like I heard that from other like sick ass musicians too. Like they're like, oh, they venture into some weird ass music, bro. And then they're just like, oh, I got this beat from this. Like you know who J. Cole is, right?
Yeah.
Like that motherfucker, bro. Like I was just like, no mames. I was like, this shit came out of here. And I was like, he had to look for it here. Y puta madre la verga. Así salen some badass shit.
A lot of all those fools get samples from different like artists.
Yeah.
And they just put it on they put it on a beat and shit.
Bro, something that tripped me out is I think it was J. Cole, si no me equivoco, or Kanye West, one of those two. They were seeing or heard a cartoon in Japanese or Chinese, something like that. And they heard like a little beat. And they were just like, what the fuck? They searched it up, they got the beat, and then they put that little snippet, it was just like a little 2-3 second into their song, and that's technically what made the song catchy, bro. So I'm like, no mames, a la verga. You technically have to study your music, fool. That's what I believe. You feel me? Study your fucking music.
Well, de hecho, Kanye West on his album, esa la de what was it? The one that just passed. The one, Donda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he took like a sample from a cheerleader that started. I forgot what she said, but there's a sample he did from that cheer that she said she was yelling out something, and he took that sample and they put it on a beat.
Yeah.
So it's, you just think outside the box and then you create something.
That is
and
true.
he is one of my favorite producers. With Kanye.
Oh, okay.
Him, Dr. Dre. My favorite rapper is fucking Eminem and Tupac. Tupac because of how he just approached things with aggression, and I like, some people would like, he rubbed a lot of feathers, but the thing is that I liked how he said something and he didn't give a fuck if people liked it or not. It was raw. He was raw and he just expressed himself. I like when people express themselves without thinking of if they're gonna have bad or good repercussions.
Some judgment, some type of judgment.
Yeah, because people are gonna judge regardless. People are gonna judge. Either if you do something good or something bad. So fucking do whatever you gotta do.
And
just do you.
That's fucking facts. People are gonna judge either you do good, bad, whatever the fuck. So literally, do whatever the fuck makes you happy. You feel me? Exactly. So just like my compa's doing what he loves to do. I'm sure play the coche. You feel me? And like you told us, you started and you thought and you put yourself mentally in that fucking those stages, and you literally stepping on them. Like, you feel me? So something that's something that that we have to look up to. La neta, you feel me? Like, stick to it, do it. And you get there, you feel me? Yeah. And pues con eso terminamos este podcast aquí con mi compa Mambo, you feel me?
Nos quedamos con ganas de decir más, pero pues...
Pero se ve marihuanos a la verga. Antes de irnos, compa, you're always surrounded by like smart ass people who do business, people who are talented. How have you taken advantage of that?
How have I taken advantage of that? Pues, one I have noticed that how they move, like, so certain musicians that have become entrepreneurs, I've seen how they've moved. Like, one of them is normally when someone gets a check from royalties, I've seen a lot of youngsters do the normal thing that is, if they don't know the business side, I've seen that they say, vuelven conformes. I'll be like, the CEO would be like, te compré un nuevo Corvette. And they'll be like, all right, cool. Without knowing that this song generated like 500,000 or almost $1 million or whatever the fuck it may be.
More Corvettes.
So a lot of youngsters I've seen a lot of musicians that are friends of mine now that became already entrepreneurs. I've seen that they haven't taken the car or they haven't taken the chain, and they fought for the royalties. And when they get the royalties, I seen the difference. Oh, this nigga bought a big ass pad and he bought a gang of cars. You see the difference? Yeah. So I seen how they move, and it's okay. Now I know what I need to be doing, in certain situations.
So, hablando de eso, ¿qué consejo le darías a un músico nuevo? O someone that's starting?
Pues, always look at the contract and always get a lawyer, because a lot of people will be like, oh no, they could be telling you a bunch of things, pero hay muchos que son bien labiosos, bro. They know how to talk a good game, and then the contract, they could be saying a bunch of shit, but there's a certain stuff in between the lines that they don't tell you that a lawyer will tell you, and that's why you gotta get a lawyer. You gotta get a lawyer because there's a lot of things that you can be fucked for 5 years and you didn't even know it,
Yeah.
So
you need to pay attention.
And always know that if you compose, just know there's a lot of money there. So don't always get content with a fucking chain or a car and shit, because then you're gonna get fucked.
Yeah. There's more. Yeah. There's more.
Yes.
La neta. Well, you guys heard it from compa.
That's
compa
free
Mambo.
game, man. That's free game.
Exactly. You give them your social way so they can follow you también.
Oh my.
It's 454.
My YouTube, my TikTok, and my Instagram is all the same. The Instagram is all the same también. Mambo Oficial. The same O is Oficial with 2 F's.
You can find it right here. You have to put the thing right here.
Pero ahí estuvo, como no, entró muy charlas, faded as fuck, finishing off, faded as fuck. Es lo bueno a la verga, pero...
Estamos, no estás.
But that's right, entre humo y charlas, ¿cómo no?
No, mamá, que se...